Hey guys, welcome back to Unofficially Opinionated. Christian here with Nate as usual. What's up, Nate?
What's up?
Are we ready for episode 3?
Yes,
Yes, yes,
definitely.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
I
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, after you, please.
No, please, you.
I insist.
I implore you.
um,
I was just thinking, like, when you're acting, you have to pay attention also to your like facial expressions and stuff like that, because that tells a lot about how you feel when you're saying what you're saying.
mm-hmm.
Mm,
I was told
Nope,
a quest isn't a
but he's not black,
quest
so.
do you
until
have a
you've said
phone?
so. Which is weird, considering your Halloween decoration. Oh, jeez.
No.
They're an Halloween decoration. That's rude. Respect
You
your
seem busy.
elders.
I'll come back. Can be hard to get, yes?
Extraordinarily.
And if the mission required someone to push me down a flight of stairs for it to succeed, you'd want someone who won't hesitate when they do it.
He's like, mhm.
The first questmate shall be Annabeth Chase.
He didn't even question that.
Yep, he's
Now
like,
on
oh,
to the other
who else?
candidates.
He's like, she will shove you down all the stairs.
Right?
Sorry, I
But he's
missed
just,
your
you know.
selection ceremony. I've been, shuffling his poop.
Wait, so I have a quick. I'm curious. Why do you think he wasn't at the ceremony?
I don't know. I was thinking the same thing. I was wondering why I'm wondering if he's even the son. Like, how was he there? Is he the son
doesn't.
of a
He
deity?
doesn't seem to be. He seems to just
Yeah.
be like, which they haven't really explained. Because it's like it seems like he was like the protector
Mm-hmm.
of Percy, right? Which is what.
Right.
But is that why he's here? And does each demigod have a protector?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, because okay, so the centaur guy, right? So he's the head of this camp or whatever. He seems to be the one who chose um Grover
Mm-hmm.
to kind of watch over them, because I'm assuming they already had some suspicions or knew that Percy was. So this is what I'm puzzling together in my head. So I think that that is basically what happened. The only problem is, if I'm sure he's going to go on this adventure, because, well, that's what's in the trailers, right? So I'm
Right.
sure he's going to go on this adventure, but they're making it, like you said, he wasn't at the meeting, so they're making it seem like he wasn't um he wasn't initially maybe chosen for that, maybe because he's not born of a deity, right? And so they don't consider him a hero. Uh, that's quite possible. Excuse me. But then what I was thinking in my head, as these millions of thoughts were running through them, was if he wasn't, and he knew he wasn't going to be at this kind of chosen meeting or whatever, how was he going to fulfill the promise that he made to Percy's mom, which is to protect him?
Make any sense to me?
Is that Pegasus? Because Pegasus is supposed to be white.
Well, I mean, okay, so is Pegasus a creature or is Pegasus a specific name?
I think Pegasus is a specific name, but let us look it up.
I thought Pegasus was like a unicorn, like that's the creature type. Because there
Uh,
were other ones in the field. If you look, there's that black one. There was a white one out there, and some other ones walking around
oh,
in the
okay. Let's see.
grass.
Pegasus. What is a winged horse in Greek mythology, usually depicted as a white stallion. He was sired by Poseidon.
So it says
That's a
he,
Wikipedia.
right, which is so weird.
Okay,
when
well,
you
let's
think
see.
about it.
Yeah,
Sired by
right. Sired by,
Poseidon?
yeah, that's not a good.
What was he doing?
Listen, those guys were doing some crazy things.
Apparently, so maybe Grover is a demigod. Then we don't know what.
You shall be betrayed by the one who calls you friend and fail to save what matters most.
So wait a second. So it sounds like Tell me if I'm wrong, but he picked Grover because if Grover turns on him, he knows he can take him.
No, he
And
thinks
he and
Annabeth is going to turn on him.
but he said he told the guy, "I almost picked you over Grover."
Yes, because if he would have picked, this is the way I understood it. I could be wrong. Y'all correct us if we're getting this wrong. But it sounds like he said was, "I almost picked you over Grover because." But he didn't, because he picked Annabeth because he knew that she would do what's necessary, and that because of what the oracle told him, he's afraid that Annabeth is going to turn on him. If Annabeth turns on him, so will this guy, I forgot his name, because he said he would always pick Annabeth over anything. So at the end of the day, both of them would turn on him, right? So he'd have nobody. So he thinks Grover. But to be honest, Annabeth, okay, I understand the thing, but Grover straight up, like I was like, I'm sorry, I'm still a little bitter that you literally lied to the whatever president or whatever at the school, because you thought it was better that I be here. Like, that's still not okay. I mean, I don't know. And then
Yeah.
also, excuse me, we don't know how close him and Annabeth are going to get.
I mean, I suspect there's gonna be, a little something, something always, and
Mm,
Grover's gonna be jealous and blah 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 blah. Blah.
Quite possible, but I saw some theories online by accident, um, and it said something about them being related or something like that.
Hmm.
That might be
I
in a
mean, I guess
future
ultimately
episode.
they're all kind of related, right? If you go
Kind of,
back far enough, they're all
basically.
kind of cousins and
I mean, back far enough. He's only
yeah.
one. So some okay. Listen. Okay. Side note. So I was on. I don't know which group chat I was in or whatever, but they were. Oh no, it was like it was just it was a post, but they were saying that someone was saying that um, Hercules and no, sorry, Ariel and Hercules were cousins, right?
Mhm.
And that Percy Jackson and Ariel are wait, what did it say? Uh, they're cousins, yeah. And Percy Jackson and Ariel are siblings.
Right. Yeah, because I guess the Little Mermaid, her father was Poseidon.
Triton. Her father was
Triton.
Triton. His father is Poseidon.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Right. Oh wait. So what? No. So that would make
So then Percy would be her
her
uncle.
uncle. Right. Yeah. Percy would be her uncle. Precisely. Yeah. So
Got it.
his brother would be Triton, and his cousin would be Hercules. Percy's cousin is Hercules,
Right.
and then and that would make Hercules Ariel's great uncle. Uncle.
Yes.
The most powerful being in the universe's best idea to save his daughter's life
To turn her
was
into
to
a
turn
tree.
her into a tree?
She was the bravest demigod I ever knew. She fought valiantly, and she met a hero's fate.
She met a pinecone's fate.
What?
Forbidden
So
children
rude.
are always
What
in
a
danger.
jerk.
Even the strongest ones. Even Thalia.
Yeah. So quick side note, Rex. I did a little bit of extra research just on some mythology, so I have a better understanding.
Okay.
So the siblings, Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon, they all have their own domains, right? Zeus
Yes.
has the sky, Poseidon has the sea, Hades has the underworld,
Hmm.
but the earth is neutral, and they all three share it. So I
Okay.
guess that's why I guess he'd be less powerful on the earth, but I mean, he can still do something. But it's basically like they all share the earth amongst the three of them, but they all
Hmm.
each have their own specific domains as well. So
You know what's interesting? Just out of that, these are gods that are confined to Earth. It appears like they don't exist anywhere else except in Earth, right?
seemingly right.
Because if Zeus is the god of the sky, and Hades is, or sorry, and Poseidon is like without the earth, where do they exist? Right? Like,
Yeah. I mean, that goes into, not to sidetrack us a whole lot, but the show, but
too late.
Neil Gaiman's American Gods, right? The whole premise of that is that the gods exist because of people's belief in them, right?
Mm,
And so the more believers you have, the stronger you are, but you
yeah.
only exist as long as someone believes in you.
Right.
And
Okay.
so some of the old gods are losing power because, like, again, less people believe in them, but then these new gods are arising, like
Hmm.
technology and other ones, right, are coming to get more powerful because more people are kind of worshiping them, which is,
Okay.
so it's
That's
kind of
interesting.
interesting. That, and one thing you see, there's like 10 different Jesuses because people have different perceptions of what Jesus is
Hmm.
like, and
Right.
so there's different ones. There's like a
Hmm.
Hebrew one, there's a black one, there's an Asian one, right? Because they're literally different beings in that universe,
Right.
because it's simply who is believed in, and that
Right.
creates this God that then has power. So,
You know,
um,
yeah. When I was reading, when I was younger, and I was reading all this Greek mythology, they did a lot of explaining about the fact that these gods had like there was, I don't remember what the story was, but they were saying the gods were quibbling because no one was believing in them anymore, and they were saying that they were losing power, and that made me think, because the Bible, talks about believing and stuff like that, and people take that to believe, to think, I mean, to mean that it is your belief that causes this God to exist. Not saying that the Greek mythology is like based on this or whatever, but I guess maybe they maybe apply the same kind of concept that if you don't believe in God, then God doesn't exist, right? Or Jehovah, I should say, because we're dealing with a bunch of different gods here. So, like if you don't believe in Jehovah, then Jehovah doesn't exist. Whereas I think it is, well, Jehovah exists whether you believe in him or not. Like that's whatever. Excuse me. It's just the more that you get to know him and the more you understand it, the closer you get. The more, I guess, the closer you get, and the more you kind of are able, the more you're able to do maybe uh, extraordinary things, or super, you know, Samson like situations. I think it just really depends on that. So people I feel like they need someone to kind of worship and praise and whatever, like, and sacrifice to. Like that's what Christians do. Like they don't sacrifice animals anymore, but they do give like money to its cause or whatever. So just because we can't kill people, like, because if we could, they would. Like if we could still like sacrifice animals and stuff like that, they definitely would. So I kind of feel like they I feel like, yeah, these whole like Greek gods, Roman gods, appeasing, sacrificing to them is very much associated in or assimilated, should say, by the monotheistic religions as well. Um,
we got Babs, Kate, Hot Space, and Abby. Thank you guys, as always, for what you do and supporting us at the visionary level.
yes.
Those are folks that get to see us in Discord, but also, as we mentioned, they get to see the full length versions. Also, reflectors also get the full length versions. They don't have the Discord, but they do get to see the full version. So,
Yep.
yeah, if you like that, hop on over there. And if you want to just say, hey, thanks, and just support us, we also have a $3 a month level where you can just just support, say thanks, and help us do what we do, because
Yep.
this allows us to do things like, have software to help us record this and also eventually get some editing help. But yeah, so again, patreon.com/unofficially opinionated to support.
Do. Yep.
Yes.
Monsters can't smell you through that, so that's where I want you.
I want to vote. Who thinks that we should all go get to breathe fresh air and buy our own snacks?
No
Why?
voting. Chips and soda's okay for you guys?
I don't think you should just get to decide we don't vote.
Yeah, I
I'm sorry to
agree
hear
with
that.
her.
Okay.
I am. I
I
mean,
want to vote on whether you get to decide we don't vote.
Grover, please. Can you help your friend?
I really don't want to be a tiebreaker.
Chips and soda's okay for you guys?
I mean, if he was, I mean, if I was, what? Okay, wait, hold up, pause. Sorry,
My voting
I know
system's
we.
broken.
This doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I understand they're trying to push the story along, but if he wanted to go into that convenience store, I'd have just got my happy ass up and walked into the convenience store. Like, what
Well,
is she
right.
going to do?
Well,
Like,
here's
she's
the
gonna,
thing. Because he knows she's correct, but he wants to whine about it, right? Like you don't know
Mhm.
anything about
Right.
any of this. And she's saying, "Hey, look, they can't smell you. Stay back here."
Mhm.
And you're like, but I want snacks." So, like you're going to fight Hades and monsters and you're like, "Oh, man, but it stinks back here." So what? Right? Like if that's the safest place to be,
Mhm.
let her go get the snacks, risk her life, and you chill. Like, what do you for some snacks?
But on the flip side, like, how do you know? How am I so sure that she can take care of herself? Like, well, what makes me think
I
that?
mean, she's known as the best strategist and daughter of Athena and all this. Everybody thinks she's the one. So as far as you know, that's why you brought her, right? Because
Mm,
you brought her because she's a strategist and she can fight and she's good.
right. Okay.
And then she's like, "Hey, stay back here because they can't smell you." Okay, no, I want to go get snacks.
Yeah,
Let's
that's a good
overrule her,
point.
right?
Right.
Like,
Well, I mean, I would just be like, "Yo, you need to calm down." But then also, I agree with your strategy.
yeah, like right, like I don't know, like what would you bring her for if you like ignore whatever she says and go just because you're hungry, like,
Yeah.
and y'all sat back there already.
Yeah.
So what's a few more minutes sitting back there?
What are you talking about? They have to go from New York to.
But like,
I'm sorry. Yeah,
what
New
I'm saying
York
is
to
like
L.A. on the back of a
you're sitting
bus.
back there the whole time.
Right.
So you get out for a few minutes to get some air and get back in. Is that worth your life?
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just don't that kind of
Yeah.
thing just really bugs me. Like, why? Like, this is so not important.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you're literally trying to go save your mother from Hades.
Right.
You gotta
And
get
you
this
over here
bolt for
complaining about
Zeus, and you're like, "Oh
snacks.
man, I want to get some candy."
Right.
Ah, get out of here. I know they're
I
kids, but
concede. I concede.
but to your point, also like, okay, you want to do it, then go do it.
Yeah.
But you can't fight her. Also,
Right.
if
Yeah,
she
it's
says
probably
sit
true.
down, you got to stay there. So
Yeah, I
what's all the
guess.
jib
Yeah.
jab about wasting time? Like, why are we doing this?
They are definitely wasting time. I
Right?
mean, listen.
Now that would have been funny if they're talking and the bus just leaves again. They're like,
Right?
so now we got nothing.
Right. That would have been hilarious.
And then the next stop. So chips and sodas good, everybody? Yes, ma'am. Why didn't they do that? That would have been so amazing.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Hire us, Disney.
You and your mother seem close, so why don't we ask her for help?
Grover, will you explain to your friend that he needs to pull himself together?
What
You
is that?
can't ask her, can you? When was the last time she
Oh,
talked
low
to you?
hit.
Grover.
But wait
I
a
don't know
minute.
why you
Wait a
keep
minute.
pulling
Wait a
him
minute.
into
this.
Wait
He's
a
up
minute.
to
Wait a minute. Hold on.
He's on
Hold
my
on.
side.
Why is he talking to her like this? Like,
I think he's trying to bring her up down a peg. Like,
but like full well how crushed you are that you haven't had your father around and how
yeah.
upset you were about all this and being abandoned.
Mhm.
And now you're gonna dig at her because she doesn't talk to her mother. Like that just seems like so harsh, given how
think
you feel about that. Like,
I think he legit feels like, I mean, yeah. I mean, first of all, they're kids, so they're you're trying to get you're trying to get an eye for an eye, basically. That's what you're going
what'd
for.
she do to him just now? Besides
She
say, why are you being scared of who you are? Like you're not just a regular kid. Like you are somebody special.
I mean,
He's
to
like,
be
oh yeah,
honest, she's
well,
being
ask your
very
mom. Oh right, y'all
abrasive.
talk. Ooh. Like,
But she's like being very abrasive, and like all the bullies that, all the bullies, I guess all the bullies, all the bullies that he's had in his life have been women or girls, So like, I think he's considering her a bully as well. Also, given the fact that during that whole capture the flag thing, she just sat there and watched as he had to rumble with these two people. Like, yeah, he got out of it, but he's like, dude, So I kind of think that he's just giving it back to her, and I don't blame him for it. Like, yeah, maybe it's a low blow, um, but I also think she's trying to act like she knows it all, and she doesn't. And I kind of feel like she knows more than he does. Clearly, she's breaking it down to him, right? But I think that he's just getting fed up with it. You want to run this? You want to tell me what to do? Blah 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 blah. Look, personally, I don't mind following orders when the orders make sense, right? Or whatever. But if you got somebody who's high on their horse trying to explain to me this is the way we need to do it, and not allowing me to kind of think for myself, oh, I'm going to go off. Like I'm about, whoa, 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 whoa. You may have good ideas, but I'm not stupid, So like,
But he
let's
kind
put
of
our
he kind of is.
well, I think I mean, listen, he did kill a Minotaur, right? And then he did get those guys off of his back. It may have been like an accident, but he's not, like she said, he's not just any type of kid, So if you know that, then you need to treat him like he isn't, But no, she's treating him like he's ignorant and he's stupid. He is ignorant about the gods and stuff like that. Okay, understandable. But he's not ignorant about like life, and like he's saying, we need to get to LA. We need to get some help. Like that's basically what he's saying. She's saying no. She's saying we have to do this on our own. Who wrote those rules? She can't explain why they can't get help. She's just like, you want to go crying back? No, but you also need to know when to accept help. Like you just got finished saying, they're going from New Jersey to to LA. They need
Yeah.
some sort of help.
Yeah, I mean, I do think she should just let him fail in that, right? So yeah, okay, go ahead and call back and see what this injury for help.
She should,
Because if they sent these 3 kids by themselves on this mission, that was intentional, right? They could have sent them with guards and all kinds of stuff, but they didn't because the quest is 3 and they have to go and do it themselves, yada yada yada. So you basically are on your own. Now I'll be like, you know what? You don't believe me? Call them. Call them and see what they do.
Right. Well, I mean, that is a good. I mean, if it's
let them
not
learn the hard way,
precisely like it. But also, I don't think she knows. I don't think she knows if they would help him. And then also to the point of them sending these 3 out alone, they didn't say that they couldn't have help. They sent them on this mission. And I think one thing that people should learn, and I think maybe this is kind of might be a lesson that you're trying to teach here. I don't know, but learn to ask for help when you need help. A lot of people want to just try to do this thing on their own. You don't have to. There are people, even on a hero's journey in multiple stories, there was always someone to help them, give them, more information to complete the quest than you had when you started out. You're always going to need help. And these people right now, they need help. And I guarantee they're going to find some.
But it isn't as though she'll leave either. Not if it means reporting that she failed to retrieve the son of Poseidon.
How did you?
The forbidden child has been claimed. How long did you think that secret would keep? It's a pleasure to meet you, son of Poseidon.
So someone in the camp is a spy / rat.
It sounds like it.
And do you trust your friends to help you to make her safe?
Will they let
you make her safe if it conflicts with their quest? I could help you remove them from the equation.
Jeez.
So that you can be free of them.
But he still needs their help.
If you ask me to.
This is when he'd be like, you know what? This sounds dumb. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And go back out.
Or maybe it's a test for him.
Okay, good.
Now.
Really?
Oh my.
Did you hear that?
God.
Wait a minute.
What
So I
in the actual?
s- so you went from we can trust her to she sounded kind of shady to cut
Let's
her head
chop our head
off.
off. Her head off. Yeah, I don't know. That was very.
And she doesn't look like no monster. You know what I mean? For you to be
Mhm.
like, oh, let's cut her head off. Now, granted, you couldn't see her, but you still did it.
Yep, I have to admit. I mean, I guess I knew it was coming. I just didn't know that it was gonna come. I mean, because that is the story, right? But okay. Yeah, but it's true. He went from 0 to 80 or 100
Yeah,
and like
a thousand. Like, huh?
yeah, I don't know. I just yeah, it's very confusing. Like, and
I
he said that his mom had said that, you know, she's not what people
right. I don't
think
like.
and
What
stuff
do you
like
say
that.
that
But
for?
yeah, but it's not the case apparently
You took
because
no time to figure out like what. Like you heard the story about how
Mhm.
she got turned into the Medusa. At least the story she
Right.
told.
Yes.
And then a few minutes later, she's like, "Yeah, I can kill them for you."
Hmm.
I'm not even sure how much of that he heard.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah.
You know, because he was gone. So,
Hmm.
and then you're all like, okay, let's go in the basement. How are we going to kill her real quick?
Yeah.
Like, I figured they would try to capture her and talk to her or something.
Or something. Like I thought, yeah, some more communication because she was like, if you're not going to learn the lessons, and her points were correct. Like, you know, they both of these gods need to learn their lessons. You know, um, maybe the way she was going about it wasn't correct, but like I thought maybe they would kind of do some reconciling. No, no, they just cut off her head. Okay.
Yeah.
If
I wouldn't. It just
that's what you want to
seems
do. Whew.
like a lot. He just took the hat off.
I guess maybe I don't know. Oh,
What is it?
his Uncle Ferdinand.
Uncle Ferdinand.
Oh shoot, called it.
I'm so sorry. Why are you talking like this?
Because all day I've been trying to keep this quest on track without upsetting either of you.
That's not how you do it.
But maybe things need to get a little upsetting before they move forward.
There
How
you
about that?
go.
She asked you a question back in
You
the
hear
woods,
that,
and you
kid?
You
never
can
really
be
answered.
taught.
What are you so afraid of?
What are you talking about?
You heard me.
I don't know.
I think you do. You've been fighting with her. You've been fighting with me.
Because the Oracle said one of you would betray me. I didn't mean it that way.
Oh no, you did. You
Yeah,
did.
you did.
But own it.
Alecto
Like
offered to help our quest if I gave you up to her.
What did you say?
oh,
I killed her sister. Percy, you can't ship Medusa's head to Olympus.
Why not?
Because the gods won't like it?
At all.
At all, at all.
Why? That's what you do with dangerous stuff. Like batteries, you just send them back where they came from.
What?
Yeah, but this is a bad idea.
And Manuel for just like a random throwaway character.
you said what?
They wouldn't have used him as just a throwaway character.
No, he'll probably come back and
So I think he's probably Hermes. But all right. Well, we finally made it to the end,
we did.
folks.
Hour
That
and
didn't on YouTube.
36.
This took us an hour and a half to watch this one episode.
But I like that it
Shoo-wee.
had us conversating. Like it was very intriguing.
Yes. So again, if y'all want to see the whole thing, go ahead and hop on patreon.com/unofficially opinionated. You can see the whole hour and a half if you like.
Whoa.
That's
Yep.
fine too. Just make sure you like, subscribe, and let us know what you thought in the comments.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see y'all in the review when we give our further thoughts about the episode. So